Hi, I'm Ben Pearce and I'm part of the leadership team in Microsoft Services, and in particular I manage a team of what we call Premier Field Engineers, which I guess are a bit like developer consultants. So in this video we want to talk through what the role is, and we want to talk through the types of things that we do. Now, the PFE role, the Premier Field Engineer role, is an advisor role. That means we don't create code and just hand it back to the customer. We sit alongside the customer. We sit alongside them and give them training and education on the latest products. We assess their solutions and their infrastructures to make sure that they're well designed. We help them put plans together to remediate some of the challenges they've got. We might help them with how they might design a new solution. Or we might give them code samples so that they can test it and use it in reality. So that's what the role is. Now, every PFE has an area of strength. That might be cloud development, that might be application lifecycle management, or that might be SharePoint or another area of strength. So we are technically aligned, but we do need to understand the breadth of the technology. Now, this role is a customer-facing role, which means we spend a lot of time on site with customers, which means there is a good amount of travel involved, but we also do remote support as well and remote engagements that we do with our customers. So let's hand over to some of our PFEs who can explain what they find it's like working in our team.
Hello friends, my name is Christos Matskas. I work for Microsoft. I'm an Azure developer, Premier Field Engineer, and I will explain in a little bit what I do. Before I joined Microsoft, I used to be a consultant, a .NET developer. I played with a lot of technologies outside the .NET space as well, but I've always been, my core development was around the .NET technology stack. I worked as a consultant for a few years before I joined Microsoft, which opened the way, in fact, for me to join Microsoft. And now I work in the Azure development space, which means quite a few things, in fact. I work with customers to make the best out of our technologies, sometimes on the cloud, sometimes away from the cloud in their own data centers. And we do everything from security to performance to ALM, testing, and also using our Azure technologies to acquire the best out of the services and make the best out of the services. In my role, I do a lot of different things, so it's very exciting and it keeps things very interesting. And that's why I got attracted to this role, the freedom of choosing the projects and the technologies that you're going to be working with. It definitely keeps the role very exciting, and the amount of knowledge that you acquire as part of this role is very, very insane. In fact, there's so much out there to do. And this is probably one of the most challenging things in the role. You need to choose exactly what you're going to learn and what you want to focus on, only because we have such a massive versatility in our roles. But there's always something new to learn, and there's always something challenging that you come across. So it's a lot of playing around with new technologies and proof of concepts to make the best out of the technologies and help our customers acquire the appropriate technology skills to work with Azure. I work for Microsoft because it's probably one of the most exciting companies to work for. I get to do some really interesting projects and work with a lot of different people, a lot of different scales as well. So some of the companies we work are massive, some of them are fairly small. So helping all of them make the best out of Azure is probably one of the most exciting things. And Microsoft, as a culture, we know the company has changed massively in the last few years, so it's very good to be here, all about open source and how we help our customers. My career aspirations within the role are obviously to make the best out of my current role and learn as much as I can. But with Microsoft, the possibilities are endless. Only the sky is the limit. So I don't know where I'm going to be in the next year, to be honest, because there's so many possibilities out there. What I know for sure is that I'm going to be here and I'm going to be working hard with our customers to help them make the best out of our technologies. So thank you very much for listening.
Hello, my name is Maria Vrabie. I work as a Premier Field Engineer in Microsoft in Modern Apps, and I'm also a recent graduate, so this is actually my first job. What do I do every day? Well, my main job is to do technical deliveries. This can range from code reviews, workshops, chalk and talks. Also, regarding my technology stack, this can be narrowed down, but also broadened depending on my preference. So this is actually really, really cool. The best bit about my role, it's actually quite hard to choose one, so I would say a few. The continuous learning, I always feel that I'm evolving. There's always a blog post, a new technology that appears on the scene, and I actually need to keep up with that, so that's great. My team, they're always very supportive, very helpful, and the awesome offices are quite a bonus for that. A challenging part, we always have challenges, right? So as technology is always evolving, we are modern apps, so we really work with cutting edge technology. And sometimes keeping up with all the challenges can be tricky, but that's actually the fun part because you never get bored doing your daily work. I chose Microsoft because, let me brief you a bit about my technical background. So I did my high school in Romania on a profile on maths and informatics English. Then I came to UK doing a degree in computer science with management. So I really wanted to work in a company that does tech. And Microsoft is really the place for that. Also the culture, everyone is really supportive around, and also is a very, very diverse company. The improvements that we also give in the worldwide world, let's say the health system, also really align with my values. So I would say those will be the main points why I chose Microsoft. Regarding my career aspirations, I'm quite early in my career, so I don't have a 20-year-old plan. But what I know is that I want to work on something that impacts people and, for example, helps not only in this country, but worldwide. And I feel that Microsoft is really the place for this.